Good morning. Who cares? Um, so this is my week 14 update. If you have been following, you know that I've been struggling to figure out what fucking week it is every week. So I double checked. I had to redo my charts because I had things wonky and identified weird. So I fixed everything. Everything is aligned now. And so moving forward, this is week 14 update. I'm also a scatterbrained mess. I did not do my meds yesterday. It is actually Tuesday and not Monday. So here I am. However, let's move forward to the news, the updates, etc. First things first, officially this morning, I was at 216.4, I think. I think it was 216.4. So, yay. I've officially lost about 25 pounds, so congratulations to me. Did my measurements. I am down a total of 2 inches in my waist with that loss. I've also seen a little bit of underbust and hip changes as well. Nothing up here though. This is all still the same mass that it's been my adult life. Other than that, had a fairly active but wet and chilly weekend at fair, which was nice but different. I don't have a lot to really update on. Just gonna make this one pretty much short and sweet, just a few minutes here and there. I did mention that once I finish this particular bottle of the meds, I am gonna pause on the injectables and I'm gonna shift to a metabolism booster. Just as a way to change it up. I don't need my body getting too used to things. There is makeup in my eye, and that doesn't make sense. But yeah, a bit scatterbrained, getting ready for a lot of travel for work soon. And so I'm gonna have to adjust my schedule for my meds just to accommodate that travel because I don't want to travel with them. So I'll have to do them on Sundays instead of Mondays. I remembered about them yesterday. I really did remember about them yesterday. However, I was like, oh, I'm in the middle of doing something. I'll do it later. And then I just never did it. So I have the executive dysfunction failure. Undiagnosed ADD gene, I guess. But that being said, I guess I need to go ahead and do said injection before I forget about it, because I also need to get ready for my work day. Let's find a spot. I am still going to do the actual process off camera. Just because, I don't really think I need to have the needle on camera. I've done it before, but personally, too many people can get triggered by that. Not that anybody's really watching this anyway. But that being said, we're 4 months in, 3.5 months in. I finally finished my 2 months of gummies this morning. Well, I'm gonna finish them. I've got 2 gummies left for today, and that's it. So I really need to order more because I did an Amazon order yesterday of business supplies and did not include my gummies in them. So, go me, right? See here. Okay, I had to check the mirror to make sure I'm hitting the right spot. Because the last thing I want to do is think that I've got the needle in and then end up injecting my meds down my front of my pants. One thing I like about these is they have the cap for the tip. Oh, I've definitely had them where they didn't, so. All right. We're still sitting at 7.5. Could I have bumped up to 1 or 1.5 since then? Yes, absolutely I could. But I'm not trying to, 1, make myself feel really sick all the time. And 2, I already, even before all this, struggle with appetite. Like, not suppressing it, but just not having one. And the last thing I need to do is not only not have an appetite, but also not have the desire to eat anything whatsoever because I feel like absolute dog shit. Um, so we're not going to do that. We're going to keep it low. We're going to keep it slow and continue with the progress we're doing. I believe that also gives me the better opportunity to get into better habits, better eating habits, better food habits, and also with my exercising and everything. That way, when I'm no longer taking it, I'm not as likely to see such a large jump. At least I haven't researched to support that particular fact. That is just something that I believe in my head. If my body isn't as dependent on it to do the things I needed to do, it is less likely to stop doing the things I needed to do once I quit taking it. That is the big kicker. And then going to switch over to the metabolism booster for I think 1 to 2 months, and then see about coming back to the injectables if I so choose to. We'll see how that works. So those are going to do two different things to the body. And I don't want to just flip flop month by month because then you don't have time to really adjust to those medications and what they do. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish up what I've got going on. That'll put me probably 5 months of the injections, maybe 3 months of the metabolism boosters if I'm not hating it entirely, and then maybe switch back to the injectables for another 4 to 5 months. Just kind of divvy it up a little bit, keep my body guessing what's going on, and hopefully I can again train my body, train my head, train everything to do what I need it to do without necessarily needing those medical aids, because that will ultimately be what helps me keep the weight off and keep myself from getting back into the habit of gaining it. One thing I can say is that while I'm being cautious of what I eat, I haven't entirely kicked any specific food out of my diet. I still eat ice cream. I still eat cake on occasion. I still eat cheesecake. I still eat desserts and sweets and fried food and fast food. But it's in moderation and it's not my everyday meals. So I'm not having an ice cream cone or ice cream sandwich or a piece of cake every single day. In fact, I'm not even wanting it every single day. And that for me is the biggest. That's the biggest accomplishment, I guess, because I've always had a super bad sweet tooth or four. And that's been like one of my biggest kickers when losing weight, especially like when monitoring calories and stuff like that, and having to tell myself, no, you can't have a milkshake, you can't have this, because you're already going to be over what you should have intook today. Or no, you can't justify this because you had this yesterday. And that's the hardest thing to do, is when you have specific cravings or specific desires. And I think I've managed to get past most of that. I cave into those cravings every now and then, which is absolutely allowed. And because I'll be honest, if you ascribe to a diet where you're specifically cutting out all of one thing or all of another, when you are no longer doing it, or when you break that diet, it's going to be a lot harder to actually maintain avoiding those types of foods, because your brain goes into a different function mode. So I don't do that. I don't have the desire to do that. I don't have the need to do that. I know the things that don't agree with my body. I know the things that I have intolerances for, and I just don't touch those. So that being said, this was a long update for being what it was supposed to be, a short update. But now I've got to go finish getting ready and hit the road. That being said, I hope you all have enjoyed if you stayed this long. Bye.